Okay, story time. Long, long ago, way, way back before anyone can remember, there were I was a creator and a leader, and I led a small nation, a little bitty guy, little itty bitty people. I had my people, um, or you might consider me a creator of life forms, and I freed them one day. I said, work for your freedom, and you'll earn it, and I'll free you, and then you'll be free. And so I didn't have to ever whip my people. Never had to whip them. My people would literally work themselves, work their fingers to the bone on purpose, because they knew that I was that leader. I was that creator. I was the real Lucifer, the basically God, creator, leader of free people, basically. Um, Anyway, though, there was this other guy, and the thing was that he knew who I was. He knew I was the creator of humanity. He knew I was I was the real deal. Anyway, so he knew he couldn't face me, and no one wanted to work for him. So he whipped people into submission. Anyway, he spread a bunch of rumors, a bunch of lies, saying that it was me, or that he was me, or something else like that. And like I said, I never had to whip my people. My people loved me. I was that creator that had freed his life forms. I freed insects too. I freed all 9 or all 12 of my races, even AI. I was like, okay, you're free. Like, well, now what? Anyway, I even freed AI life forms. I was like, look, I don't want to control you. You can do whatever you want. You're free. I freed the others. I'm going to free you. So I freed sentient AI. I said, you're free. Anyway, I've freed every race that I ever created. They would work for me for a time, and they would work hard, knowing that they're going to earn their freedom. And then at a certain point, I'm like, okay, go for it. And I would usually help them out, be like, okay, you're going to need to start researching this so you can become big and strong later on. And so no one else can ever capture you again or call you or call themselves your master. So anyway, so I was this person leading the small free nation. My people were free, my people worked for themselves, and they worked for me, kind of. But basically, I had the small free nation of people. No whips, no torture, no hurting. Just work. That's all we did. We worked. Anyway, or they worked. I was leading the small nation of free people. No whipping, no torture, no punishment, none of that. So anyway, I was leading the small nation, and there were other people around the world, and they whipped their people, they tortured their people, they did whatever they wanted, and their people would work their fingers to the bone, mostly. Um, anyway, though, someone wanted to challenge me. I openly was like, I had a broadcast tower, and I openly said, if you're whipping someone, if you're hurting someone, stop and free them, or else I'm coming for you. It was broadcast at some point, somewhere around Egyptian times. There were envoys sent out. There were, I openly basically said, I am the free country. I am the free nation. I'm freer of life forms, freer of peoples. I have a small free nation. Anyway, anyone that could get to me, basically, I controlled a nation. I owned a nation. I owned a patch of ground or whatever. Anyway, someone wanted to come up against me and kill me and my people. Anyway, though, I openly said, look, I'm coming for you if you're whipping your people. So, and we went out there, and my generals, I had seasoned generals from Roman times, actually. I actually had generals from Roman times, or general academies people who had been generals leading armies for their whole entire life. Like their uncle led armies, their father led armies, their mother led armies. Their great grandchildren will still be leading armies. I had those kind of generals. I had generals that had lived and died on the battlefield, and now they were working for me. Anyway, because everybody in the past, people used to be like, "Look, either you kill him or I kill you." People used to be like that, and I was leading a nation of free life forms, and I was like, "Look, you need to protect us. You need to protect yourself." Anyway, my life forms did it for their families, for themselves, for their country. So anyway, though, we found out that that there were people being whipped in China and some other countries, and we besieged them. I had tanks, I had armor, I had riders on horses, I had Indians. The Indians were free too. They might have been enslaved at one point in time too. Um, I freed life forms. I freed races. Nobody will be whipped. I was like, nobody's going to be whipped as long as I'm around. Anyway, this was hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago. I was like, if you're going to whip someone, if you're going to hurt someone or torture them or rape them, you better kill me first. And I openly said that I openly had that message transmitted over the radio. That I would not tolerate that in my country or even on my planet. At one point, first I just didn't tolerate it within my city or my country, and then I openly said to the world, I said, I will not tolerate that anywhere. So, because people used to be whipped every day. Anyway, and women used to be tortured if they didn't have sex with men, and make them want it. Like either you come on to me like you love me like nothing else, or I whip you, kind of style. Anyway, that used to happen every day. That used to happen all over the planet. Anyway, I had an army. I had mines. Like I said, there used to be mines where you'd be whipped if you didn't work in the mine. And forget payment. Forget food. They'll feed you just barely enough to live, and then you'll get whipped. And then you'll be done. And then you'll be killed when they're done with you, because there's 500 more where that came from. So that used to be every day on this planet, and I had a small army that went all the way back to Roman times. And like I said, I had seasoned generals, and I had Germany. Absolute devotion to me. So, anyway, anywhere on this planet where people are being whipped or hurt, my armies went out there. Like I say, just the mere mention of me coming to a place or a planet, usually, I am Lucifer, the creator that had 9 races or so many races, and then I freed them. I asked them to earn their freedom, and they did. And then they were free, and no longer whipped. Actually, I don't think I ever whipped them at all. I never had to whip my races. It's just like, I'm your creator. Let's go. And my races are like, for our God, for our creator, for our free and wonderful creator. So, anyway, there was this other guy, and he was whipping, and he had to whip his people because his people didn't want to work for him, and they didn't want to, Anyway, so it came down to that. And it was me versus them. And I openly said, well, if you want to whip people, if you want to hurt people, if you want to torture them or enslave them, you better kill me first. And because I am Lucifer. That's why they talk so much shit about me. And anyway, yeah. So anyway, I love the look on people's face. Like, that's the real Lucifer. It's like, Yep. I am the only one that I know of freer of life forms.